$2,338 clues have come and gone. 26 new ones are headed your way as part of this 88th episode of Disney 100 Jeopardy. Welcome in. As always, I am your host, Brian Perry, and thank you so much for joining me. In last week's episode 87, the final Jeopardy category was masks. That, of course, carries over to this episode 88, as it always does. Here's how the category works. I will show you a mask that is either held or worn by a specific Disney character. You'll have to tell me which character is associated to that mask. I've also got 4 other brand new categories headed your way, including the member categories of the week. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look. Once again, masks will carry over from episode 87. The second category you'll be playing, Holes. That's right, I finally watched Holes. 21 years late from the 2003 movie, but it was pretty good. And I did watch it earlier today and then came up with the questions immediately. So all you Holes fanatics, the day has finally come. You might also recognize that Holes was an option in last week's member category of the week, and along with Donald Duck, it tied for the victory. What does that mean? It means that all of those are part of this very episode, all of those except Luca. Luca, you are a loser today. My sincerest apologies, but I guess you'll be the finalist. So I'll carry you over to next week, and then if people want to see Luca, they can vote in next week's member category of the week poll. But that also means, of course, that Donald Duck is part of this game. 5 clues all about the second most famous character in Disney history. The 4th category you'll be playing, it's your theme park category of the week, Water at the Parks. This is not about the water parks at the Walt Disney World Resort. No, this is just about water within Disney parks. And the 5th and final category is your other Club DJ member category of the week, license plates. Shout out to Carlos, who sent me a message with this idea. I loved it. I put it in the poll, and obviously a lot of you loved it as well. I will show you an image of a license plate that appears in a Disney film. You'll have to tell me something about that license plate. Maybe who it belongs to, if it's a character, maybe what film it's from. I'll let you know as we make our way through the game. So there you go, Club DJ members. Everyone's a winner, unless you voted for Luca. My sincerest apologies. All right, it is now time for the easiest round of the game. It's the cupcake round. Each of these clues worth just 200 points each. Hopefully you ace it as we take a look at the board and kick this game off with a little mask action. This specific ski mask was worn by this specific character. The correct answer is Lucius or Frozone.
All right, had your drink. Now, I want you to...
I know. Freeze.
You might recognize Frozone's other mask a little more, but I thought that would have been too easy. So we move on to the second clue of the game. This one belongs to the category of holes. Stanley is sent to Camp Green Lake after being accused of stealing a pair of these from a charity. What are shoes?
So what'd they get you for?
Stealing a pair of shoes.
By the way, I didn't let you all know what my opinion was of Holes. I thought it was very good. It was very different. It was original. I like how they went back and forth in time to explain the backstory. It was good. The slow motion scenes, there were a couple of slow motion shots that looked like they were from the 1950s. So didn't love that. But as a whole, I'd give it a 7.2. Here comes Donald Duck for the first time. Donald's fashion-conscious girlfriend. Who is Daisy? Get ready to take a dip. It's Water at the Parks for 200. Connected to the man-made Seven Seas Lagoon, this large body of water on Walt Disney World property sits to the east of the contemporary resort. It also sits close to the edge of the old River Country, USA. It sits close to the edge of Wilderness Lodge. And of course, it sits right on the edge of Bay Lake Tower. The correct answer is Bay Lake. And here comes license plates for the first time. Can you identify what film this frosty license plate is from? Well, it says it right there. The correct answer is Zootopia.
219 HD03, this is it.
Talk about a cupcake. I gave you the answer literally in the image, so hopefully you at least got that fifth one right. Let's make it a little harder now as we move on to the 400-point round. It begins with masks. We've got 3 Spider-Man masks on the screen. One belonging to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, one belonging to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and one belonging to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Identify which mask belongs to who. Well, the first one is the newest one. That belongs to Tom Holland from the MCU. The second one is Andrew Garfield. He was the second Spider-Man of the last 22 years. And the final one on the right, my personal favorite, it's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man mask. We move on to holes for the second time. Baseball player Clyde Livingston was better known by this nickname. Who is Sweet Feet? And Sweet Feet was played by Rick Fox, who was a former NBA player, which threw me for a loop. Why have an NBA player come in and play a former baseball player? I don't know, whatever. We move on now to the second clue from the Donald Duck category. The name of Donald's 3 nephews. Who are Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
To Uncle Donald, huh? Happy birthday, Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Water at the Parks is headed your way for 400 points. Unlike Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom, Disneyland does not currently have plans to replace Tom Sawyer Island and this surrounding waterway. I don't think that the Rivers of America, which is the correct answer here, will ever leave Disneyland because that also serves as the home to Disneyland Resort's version of Fantasmic. You can get rid of the Rivers of America at the Magic Kingdom and not lose Fantasmic because it's over at Hollywood Studios in Florida. Here comes the final clue of the 400-point round. It belongs to license plates. Can you identify which character from the movie Cars has this license plate? So this is an awesome fun fact. I love Cars, the movie. I'm not a huge car buff, but I do love the Pixar movie. And if we pull up the license plate again, it belongs to the character of Luigi. Now, the reason why this is so cool is if you remember in Cars, Luigi is a huge fan of Ferraris. And you know that Pixar likes to incorporate Easter eggs and things like license plates. So as we look at it for the third time, I'll let you know now that the 44.5-10.8 actually represents something. What do you think it represents? It represents the coordinates for a Ferrari factory in Italy. How cool is that? I love it. I don't know if Pixar throws in the Easter eggs for us or they just do it for themselves, but super cool to discover things about some of your favorite movies 2 decades later. Here we go with the 600-point round. I'm showing you another mask. Who wears this very mask? Correct answer is Clopin from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Once a year we throw a party here in town. Once a year we turn all parties upside down.
We're on to holes for the third time today. Towards the end of the film, the yellow-spotted lizards don't bite Stanley and Zero because they had been eating this. What are onions?
Try this. Try this.
What is it?
It's a hot fudge sundae. Just eat it.
Here comes Donald Duck's third clue of the day. Scrooge McDuck has this relation to Donald. He is his uncle.
Donald Duck.
Uncle Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge?
Here comes Water at the Parks for 600. Since 2010, California Adventure has been home to different versions of this nighttime show that utilizes over 1,000 water fountains. What is World of Color? And here comes your third license plate of the game, the final clue of round number 3. I'll help you out here. The license plate reads CAL-A113, and it belongs to the state of California. Well, we know the A113 is a Pixar staple, which tells you that this is likely a Pixar movie. Indeed it is. The correct answer is Finding Dory.
I see them blue.
Here comes the 800-point round. The kitchen's about to get a little hotter. Which character wore this mask? You could say one of two names, Yokai or, spoiler alert, Robert Callahan.
Come on! The window!
Here comes your fourth clue from the holes category. After her love interest is killed, Catherine becomes an outlaw who goes by this name. She went by Kissin' Kate Barlow.
It turned out wrong. That's a worn out song.
And she gave her victims a little smooch on the keys. On the keys? On the keys? What is the keys? She gave them a little smooch on the cheek after murdering them. So, whoo, that is cold. Here comes on the keys. Here comes your fourth clue from Donald Duck. Donald's first appearance in a Disney feature animation film was in this 1942 movie, and it also starred Jose Carioca. Some of you might be guessing the Three Caballeros, and you would all be wrong, because the correct answer is Saludos Amigos. Now, Donald had appeared before Saludos Amigos, but not in a feature-length film from Disney. I will say, Saludos Amigos, little fun fact, is Disney's shortest feature-length film that they include in their feature animation catalog. It runs about 42 minutes or something like that. Here comes Water at the Parks for the fourth time. Head to Epcot to dine at this mesmerizing restaurant that is connected to the seas with Nemo and friends. One of my favorite restaurants in all of Walt Disney World. What is Coral Reef? And here comes license plate number 4. No, that isn't really good CGI. I'll let you know now that this is from a live-action movie. Correct answer is Avengers Endgame. R.I.P. Stan Lee. If you miss the Marvel legend, let me remind you that I've actually done a Stan Lee Cameos category that you can play by clicking the link up here. I'm putting it someplace up there. Off the top of my head, I don't remember what episode it was, but I did it. So you can play 5 clues all about Stan Lee. All right. You know what time it is. It is now time. Let me put my announcer voice on. I feel like the mouse from Space Jam.
Ryan!
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's time for the most overly dramatic soundtrack-infused, unnecessarily spotlighted part of the game, the 1,000-point round. Hit it. I wish Space Jam was a Disney-owned movie. It's not, right? It's not 20th Century. No, I think it's Warner Brothers. If it had any connection to Disney, you better believe I'd be doing a Space Jam category soon, but it does not, unfortunately. Here we go. 1,000-point round begins with masks. Which character holds this mask up to their face? Who is Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog?
The dog just spoke to me.
You know, if you're going to let every little thing bother you, it's going to be a very long night!
Here comes your 1,000-pointer for holes. The name of Sam's donkey. It's a name that you also see on the side of his boat. You whole fans know why I'm emotional. But correct answer is Mary Lou.
If you don't believe me, just ask Mary Lou. All she eats is onions, and she's almost 100 years old.
Here comes the third clue of the 1,000-point round. It belongs to Donald Duck. This is Donald's middle name. What is Fauntleroy? Hope I pronounced that right. No idea if I did. Here comes the fourth clue from your 1,000-point round. Dinoland, USA may be on the way out of Animal Kingdom, but this dino, who stands atop Echo Lake at Hollywood Studios, has no plans on leaving. That dino goes by the name of Gertie. And Gertie the dinosaur was actually the first dino to appear in an animated short back in 1914. That's right, Walt Disney was just a young teenager at the time of Gertie coming out. It was not a Disney cartoon, might I add. And if you love Gertie so much, show him support by buying some ice cream from his little stand. Here comes the final clue of the 1,000-point round. It's another license plate. Ooh, here's a nice high-resolution plate. Can you tell me what or who it belongs to? The correct answer is the Pizza Planet truck.
right, which way?
Left! Right is right! That's right! Right is left! Left is right!
I'll be honest. Hand up if you thought the Pizza Planet truck had an A113 license plate, because that was me. I thought it did, but no. Andy's mom has that license plate. Pizza Planet truck has this one. Okay, 25 clues are down. One remains. Just so happens to be the one clue of the game that will ultimately determine how proud of yourself you will be for the next 7 days. It's Final Jeopardy. Let's check it out in this episode 88. Storybook endings. Okay, it is time for a little story time. Almost a year ago, episode 45, I did a storybook openings category where I played you a clip from a Disney movie. Not just any clip, but the beginning of the film that incorporated a storybook opening. Now that you know that, you probably know what storybook endings is about. I will show you the ending of a Disney movie that incorporates a book closing, and you'll have to tell me what movie that is. With that knowledge, make your wagers. This Final Jeopardy category is presented by the Bunny Eclipse shop on DisneyJeopardy.com. Pick up your brand new Beverly Hills. That's what I want to drink. It's a play on the Epcot drink, and Beverly Hills designed it, you know. This is an old Beverly shirt that I bought years ago, but I designed my own Beverly Hills, scoop it up on the Bunny and Clip Shop, along with all the other Disney Jeopardy t-shirts we have. Here we go with the final clue of episode 88. It belongs to storybook endings. There you go. Good luck. And time is up. We have to go way back before Sleeping Beauty, before Cinderella, before Bambi, Dumbo, Pinocchio, all the way back to the first Disney feature animation film to get the correct answer. That answer being Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And that does it for episode 88 of Disney 100 Jeopardy. Thank you so much for watching. Shout out to all the Club DJ members who somehow did it again. They voted for a tie in the member category of the week poll. Will they do it for the third time? Here's a look at the poll that you can all vote on now if you are a part of Club DJ. The winner will be a part of next week's episode 89. Luca sneaks in there as a finalist in last week's episode. I appreciate all of you for voting every single week. It makes my job a little easier when it comes to coming up with brand new categories. Now you know the deal. If you like what you saw, do me a favor and subscribe. Click that bell icon. Hello, Belle. Greatest one ever. That was it. That was the winner. In my humble opinion. That was my best one. This way you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. I've been your host, Brian Perry. Thank you all so much for watching. You are all the very best. If you can't get enough of Disney Jeopardy, head over to DisneyJeopardy.com to play all, I want to say it's almost 500 categories in one sitting. You won't do it. You won't play every single episode in a row. Yeah, it might take a few weeks. You won't? We're done? Okay, we're done. I gotta go. All right. Till next time.
Bye-bye.